Your relationship experience isn't going to change unless you do. It's as simple as that. So what I am hearing so often from women is that they just continually attract the same men, the same kind of relationships, and they're stuck in these unhealthy and unserving patterns in these relationships where they lose themselves, where they forget who they are, where they're not being treated in the way that they want to be treated. And then they'll come out of this relationship and jump straight into another one without actually doing any work to clear what's going on internally to lead to them attracting in that kind of relationship. Radical self-responsibility. I fucking preach it to everyone. It is so key, my loves. And when we really grasp this concept and shift ourselves out of victim and into empowered ownership, that's when we really start to see huge changes in what we experience in our day-to-day lives, particularly in relationships. This was so true for me. I used to sit back and I would point the finger and be like, well, he did this to me and he did this to me, and it's because of him that I'm like this. And it wasn't until I really had a good chat with myself and slapped myself around a little bit on the face, and was just like, Nick, it's time. There's a part of you, there's a reason that you continually attract the same kind of relationship, and you are continually experiencing the same kind of pattern or the same patterns in your relationships. And the common denominator in all of this was me. It was me. And the common denominator in all of your relationship experiences is you. And when we kind of grasp that concept and go, oh, fuck, okay, so, right, I'm the common denominator. So there must be something that I'm doing or some way that I'm creating this experience. So, cool. What can I actually do to shift this? How can I change this? Because we've got to remember too, my loves, is that we cannot change other people. That is completely out of our hands. What we are able to change are ourselves. We have total control over that. And that's all we have control over, self. So when we're sitting back in victim mode and going, well, you're doing this and you're doing this and you need to change and you should change this and you need to do this to make me happy, and whatever it is that's coming up for you, we're giving away all of our power, and trying to change something that we have zero control over, trying to change a person who may not be ready to change, who may not actually really have anything to change. It's just your perception of what's going on, and your reality is distorted by this filter that you've got on in regards to what you're experiencing in your relationship. And when you step out of that and go, well, fuck, how am I showing up? What am I doing? Am I actually embodying the love that I wish to receive from a partner? Am I actually showing up in the way that I want to be treated? Am I treating myself the way that I want to be treated by a partner? And if the answer is no, then you get to look at the situation that you're in or your past experiences that you've had in relationships and ask yourself the question, how am I actually repeating this? How am I creating this experience? Because it is you. It's 100% you, and that may fucking sting, and good if it does, because that means that there's work to be done there, that you've got something to explore there, that sting, that resonation of going, oh fuck, okay, that's the truth. Oh shit, okay, I get to look at myself now. And then you get to actually bring about the change that is required for you to experience something different. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. We all know this, yet we get stuck in these patterns where we just keep going and going and going and going, why is nothing changing? Well, have you changed? Have you actually done anything to make the change, to create the change? Because you are the creator. You are the creator of everything that you experience in this life. Everything. In here. And it's this filter that we put on. Maybe it is that you've been in a relationship and you had your heart broken, and now you've decided that all men are cheaters. And then you have another relationship and you get your heart broken and he cheats on you. And you're like, right, there, that reaffirms my belief. Awesome. Into the next relationship. All men are cheaters. Boom, he cheats on you. Oh, there, right. Yep, sure enough. There's the confirmation of my belief. you are creating those experiences. You are attracting in the people that will do that kind of thing to you, and then creating it in your mind to bring it into reality in your experience. This is the power of this. And also, if you don't go and heal the stuff, heal the hurt, heal the pain, heal the trauma that you experience when you are hurt in some kind of way in a relationship, then you carry that through into your next relationship. And you all have heard, I'm sure, that we attract what we are on a vibrational level. Our thoughts become habitual, which create our beliefs, which then create a feeling in our body at a vibrational level, and that's what we put out into the world. And that's what we attract back. So I had a running pattern for ages that men, like relationships didn't last and that men got bored. And so I would go into these relationships. In the beginning, it was all exciting and new and fun, and we were having so much fun. It was incredible. And then it would start to, calm down. The honeymoon period would start to slow down a bit. He might not want to see me one night. He might not have wanted to, maybe he didn't text me as many times or something. I would start looking for reasons to affirm that belief that men got bored in relationships. And then I clicked into self-sabotage mode and created the demise of every single fucking relationship I had. And I had to go in and shift that pattern. And yes, it still came up with Gary. 100% it still came up with Gary. And what had changed is that I had an awareness around it. So I knew exactly what was going on. And I could say to him, I know what I'm doing. Please just trust me. I know what's happening here. And he had so much patience and trust and love with me to allow me the space to work through that stuff. That's love. That's fucking unconditional love right there. And that's what I called in, attracted in, because I did the work on myself and I cleared that shit. I gained the awareness. I decided that enough was enough, and I made the changes that I needed to change in order to be able to attract in from a space of wholeness. And then I attracted this beautiful man. And then in the relationship, the triggers came up, because that's also where we get to do our biggest, deepest work. Like, some of our deepest work will happen and healing will happen in a relationship. First, you get into the space where you're vibrating at a level that you can attract in a quality guy who's going to hold that space for you as well to move through that stuff. And that's exactly what happened with Gary, is that he held the space for me to be able to move through all that came up for me and all of these old patterns and habits. And my awareness and having done the work on myself allowed me to be able to express that to him in a really effective way, and without making him feel like any of it was his fault or that he needed to run for the hills, or, allowed him the space to truly hold me in that and allow me to process that and really deeply heal in that. So, my loves, if you keep experiencing the same shitty relationship patterns, or the same patterns, they're not even necessarily shitty. Maybe it's self-sabotaging. Maybe it's you keep getting cheated on. Maybe it's, men pull the plug at the last minute, or that you go in too deep and then boof, all of a sudden it falls to shit. Whatever it is that keeps showing up for you, take ownership of that and go, right, okay, I'm taking responsibility. How am I showing up? Why? How am I creating and attracting this in? Because it's you. Yes, there's a part that they play and they've got their own shit too, but you're attracting someone who mirrors you as well. So they've got the same shit going on and you're just reflecting and bouncing off each other. That's a fucking whole other thing. But yes, if you are experiencing the same patterns in relationships, you get to take ownership and do something different and change something to be able to create a completely different experience, an incredible loving relationship with someone else. But it's got to be done in here first. I love you all. I really hope that made sense, because I just kind of downloaded and it all just came out. I was like, it was literally verbal vomit. So I hope that made sense. Please let me know in the comments. And otherwise, I love you all. I'm grateful for you all. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll be seeing you soon. Mwah.